Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. I'm actually hoping that I'll get some calls if you can get through, and if you know of people that might be requesting help, something like that. Maybe not. I'm going to cover that because so far the mainstream media has tried to memory hold it, and of course, as usual, limited access is trying to take my thunder over there. She's kind of way ahead of me over here. I've got opinions on that, but I'm actually more interested in what the people are saying and what I'm hearing. And of course, as a believer, there's no such thing as coincidence. I'm sorry, there's just not. So, welcome to the show. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. Excuse me, despite what's going on. I know God's hand is on all of us. Let's see. Oh yeah, thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. We will do some plugs, and oh my goodness, I didn't realize how many links that I have up today, but I have a lot of links up. And I'm not too proud to say that a couple of these videos brought a tear to my eye. I have to say I remember what it was like during Katrina, and one of the things I can definitely tell, or if I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but I have noticed, where are the celebrities? Where are the people saying, "Hey, help us, help them, let's help," so what can I tell you? It almost seems like this was some kind of a plan. We'll get into that though. Let's say our plugs. No Prisoners podcast, which Kevin's Chaotic Coffee, which I hope he's feeling better. And Feisty Ace with friends, sometimes like me, on Fridays. They are now almost exclusively on Pilled. Tonight I am streaming on Rumble, Pilled, Odysee, and YouTube for the moment. Pastor Shadley, my main moderator, so you guys on actually 3 of those platforms, so you all be nice to him. He's meanses he'll get you. All right, and of course that means if Pastor Shadley is here, the Pond is here. Hello, Pond, welcome. Don't forget to hit one of my other platforms and give me your numbers and your thumbs up and your fire and all that good shit like that. It's a popularity contest. What can I tell you? Not really. Just help me grow, because I'm spreading the truth. You guys are here for some reason, and I'm sure it's not for an OnlyFans type of thing or anything like that, because you're sadly mistaken if that's why you're here, and you're going to be very disappointed. Excuse me. Okay, Tyrone. Which is Red Dawn Radio. I like to refer to him as Tyrone. The Drunken Rocky, the show on after mine. You'll laugh, you'll cry. You'll get to listen to Rocky snore if you stay there long enough. Coffee Talk with Sandra. Also, too, he took over the Disruption podcast that they did with everybody getting together. You guys still doing that? You got to tell me. Coffee Talk with Sandra, Raynoth, DJ Based, all of my friends and Smigs out there. Just holler at me, I'll holler back. Some guy from Maine, Not Me, B. Rugru, and O-Town, with, of course, the schedule for pureblood.media, TV, whatever they want to call it, the streamers, the guide for the streamers. And like I say, they keep doing nothing but improving it. Now they have it where you can actually, now they have it where you can actually plan it, like it gives you days in advance, and it only gives you those for the amount of, the for that day. You don't have to scroll down and see where it is, and it's really much better, much better. I'm your ninja. No, Laura, we know you sell more than only fans. Honestly, I don't think I've heard you try to sell any fans. No. I don't think I've ever been interested in it. I had some friends. As a matter of fact, for my 18th birthday, I don't remember her name. She was a girlfriend I had at the time. And for my 18th birthday, she took me to one of those stupid peep shows. So, and up until that time, I only thought men and women did things, you know. And I just, what can I say? I was naive, but we were naive back then. They've come up with some of the damnedest things now. I'm still like, no, no, you shouldn't be. If nothing else, you can come up with it, but if nothing else, you should not be bringing this to the attention of 10-year-olds or even 13-year-olds. I mean, I think they would probably be playing with dolls if they weren't following people like Sexy Red or what's that other one that goes ah. I swear she sounds like she's coughing up a hairball. Can I tell you? No, Laura.com's only shoulders. Yvonne is her number one supporter. Tide, welcome. Actually, Space Pirate Yvonne has done some really good things to get me started and keep me going when things got rough. Things are gonna get rough again. Tide, how are you doing? Let's see. All right. I'll go through the chat first and then tell you about support the channel. Blankets, smack at that button. Nismiga, yes, thank you very much. Blankets, chatted you on Golden. Oh yeah, did you ever take a look at Pastor Shadley? Did you ever take a look at that video that I showed you? I'm not real sure why Mohap stuff comes so across my feed. I have a suspicion, but of course I'm going through the chat over here on Odysee. I'm your ninja. Good to see you too. America Dream! Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, and I've already talked to Blankets. He was the first one with the cute little puppy dog. Russian Bot, thank you for sharing that link. Over here on Rumble, and I know that I'm not competing against Trump because I watched him today. Well, I kind of watched him. I saw him on a channel that I was interacting with, not really listening to, and then getting together tonight's show. So Limited Access, welcome to the show. She says, I think Hitler's the Epstein of the rap scene and all they were involved. Oh, I think all of these people are all involved in some way or another. And how many times, I don't know about any of you, but I've seen several documentaries, something like that, about how the CIA is basically talent scouts, if you will. Put it nicely. I'm the resistance. Hello, yeah. I got the feeling they aren't the only ones. No, they're not. It's what is it? I don't know. They're keeping it a secret, but they got Freemasons. They got all these other different clubs. In fact, some of the research I did today for some of the losers I'm going to highlight tonight, even told me that he was a member of Skull and Bones. Maybe you can figure out who that is, or maybe what administration he was in. So. Let's see. Russian Bot, welcome. Thank you again. He's over here on Peeled. And then, of course, Cyborg! Actually, I was listening to some Frank Zappa the other day. And, you know, like a Joe's Garage. They have a song about you. It's rather naughty, though. So, Frank Zappa was a man ahead of his time. What is Mohap stuff? Never heard of it. Can you tell us what Mohap is all about? Wire! I think Pastor Shadley would be better at doing that for you, but thank you very much for the donation.
Hey look! Green paper! Green paper!
Over there on Odysee. Of course, Mohap is an acronym? Yeah, for Michelle Obama has a penis. there's not much more to say about that, but if you'll take a look at the, maybe Pastor Shadley will even share it with you all and everything like that. But if you'll take a look, someone noticed something about Cher and was wearing one of her costumes, something or however, and everything like that. But it sure looked suspicious. I'll say that. Watch out where the huskies go. Don't you eat that yellow snow. Yes, strictly commercial. Yes, Zappa was brilliant. He was very brilliant. And believe it or not, as much of a stickler as he's a very humble guy. And he never backed down from the machine's adversity. He actually stood up to them quite often. As a matter of fact, I remember seeing videos about it. It happened when I was in high school, junior high school, something like that. So I wasn't real interested in politics then. I knew that he did, and I thought, wow, but I never really looked into it until later on. And I've done a video about it, and of course it was about censorship. But yeah, the thing that caught my attention on that one though was that these people on the bench or whatever this committee was, Al Gore, Tipper Gore, all that shit, thought that Zappa was an idiot. He was just a drug-addled rock and roll star, long-haired, leaping gnome type of person, you know, and everything. He got there and was very eloquent and everything. They're like, damn! And the thing is, what most people don't know, or well, Zappa fans know this, and it's actually a good thing in my opinion, but Zappa never did drugs. Not one. He said that some people can do them and some people can't do them. He prefers not to. He was nuts or not. He was drugs. He was drugs. I can't. Some of the noises, some of the things he decided to play with, make into an instrument. And the reason why he had a vault was because everybody wanted to jam with him, and he was someone that he recorded every noise, I think, on the planet, and every noise that he made, every concert that they made, and everything like that. And sometimes he would take a score from 10 years ago, add it to something he did at a concert the other day, put it together, 60 albums within his lifetime. I mean, you know, he was not an average man. Okay, what can I tell you? Just me over here keeping it greasy. Hello, Mr. Tizo. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming. All right, Atomic Annie. Okay, that's another streamer on PillNet, right? Is she doing anything special? Hello, Wide Wings. Welcome to the show. Rocky won't talk about it. Why? I have never measured it, so I can't give you an answer on that one. I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, I try very hard to refrain from staring at crotches unless it's brought to my attention. That's why I didn't know about the Sonny and Cher thing. I can remember when I was a kid, I watched every one of their shows. As a matter of fact, it was bedtime right afterwards. So, yeah, okay. So anyway, the way to support the channel real quick, I don't really have any new creations. I've been experimenting with the molding and stuff, and I've actually had to do a few things. I've had to purchase a few more items because these particular molds were too hard. The thickness or the hardness of the rubber, didn't work out. So I'll have to do some more experimentation. That's it. That's one of the things about being an artist. You just can't just do stuff sometimes. All right. Brochet didn't give any new videos or anything that. So of course I've got my own merch shop. All the videos, all the links are down below these picture things you're doing. You're looking at. So click on some of them, will you? Ko-Fi, Cash App, what kind? Super chats on Odysee and Rumble, and of course the fun stuff on Pilled, the cookies, the cans. They really know how to party over there on Pilled, and it is freedom of speech. One of the last bastions of true freedom of speech. So others are doing okay, but this place is like friggin' awesome. So make sure you go to pilled.net, help them grow, help us grow over there, because people are throwing down the truth, and a lot of people are just playing some of these left wing talking heads and stuff like that, and letting them just like ruin themselves. So yeah, the truth is coming out. Just have to know where to find it. It's limited access, says Zappa, Uncle Ted, Bob Seger, and Kid Rock all rock. Yes, they do. Don't forget. Did you mention the Red Rocker? No, that's not Bob Seger. You know, the Cabo Wabo guy. I've never tried any of his. Pastor Shedley needs a crocheted mohap. I can design it, but I don't know how comfortable I am with it. We'll talk. All right. All right. All the links, like I said, to support the channel are below. I also have a post office box where if you want to go old school, I like gifts. It doesn't have to be money. Wink, wink. Best thing you can do is share, click, fire, thumbs up, whatever, all that stuff. Keep this freedom of speech trend going, because from what I can see, we are winning. These people wouldn't be doing some of the shit that they were doing right now if they were winning on the other side. In fact, they can't even freaking make up their mind as to which vice presidential candidate won, even though it was Vance, man. Put it this way, he's another one of those people, and a lot of people noticed this probably because they were right on his face all the time. They had had him side by side or whatever like that, but he's another one where very expressive face. You can always tell what he's thinking no matter what he says, or whether he says anything or not, which was I think it was Mark Dice that played that one little clip where he was talking, or Walls was talking about the guns, and Vance looked over at the camera like, oh my god. Classic. Almost the equivalent of the you'd be in jail for the Trump one, the Trump debate. Sai says, my dialysis friend who bought the bear paid me yesterday, which I then donated to the Hurricane Relief Fund. Well, bless you. Thank you for doing that. Like I say, this is the reason why today's show, part of it's going to be about the idiots that keep telling us that we don't need the First Amendment and all this other stuff, but I'm going to get into that later because it's kind of unimportant, but also at the compared to what's going on in the Northeast right now. But also too, some of the stuff also that's happening in the Northeast I want to cover because it needs to be covered. They're not covering it. They're kind of memory holing it, not letting people know exactly what's going on up there. As a matter of fact, I even had a video that has already been deleted off of TikTok, but it's on X, so I'll play it. Yeah, like I say, the media is telling everybody one thing, the government is telling everybody one thing, and the people are actually seeing and feeling something else. Wire, thank you very much. To help pay for it for Pastor Plastic Chandelier. Thank you very much. You get one of
Hey,
these.
look, green paper. Green paper.
Over there on, thank you for the donation over there on Odysee. I can probably do it. Got plenty pictures. That hurricane devastated East Tennessee and North Carolina and Georgia, parts of Virginia, and I want you guys to remember, think about this, keep this in the back of your head. These were mountain towns. Mountain, that means like at least 1,100 feet or more above sea level. Mountain towns that were flooded. All right? Please let that sink into your head. Because that is not something that happens very often. Okay, and of course, the resulting mudslides and all of that. Don't forget also, too, if I remember correctly, I kept hearing whisperings of a couple of towns in that area or around that area, around those states, or in those states. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, the information is just so fast anymore, but I believe there were several dams that were getting ready to bust or something, and now they're okay. The towns are gone, but now the dams are supposedly okay. I don't know exactly where they were. I would have to look up, but I didn't have time for all of that research. I'm only one person. I just and again, I'm only repeating what I have read and heard, which was a shitload this week. Of course, I've noticed that everything is they're really focusing on the debate, which means they're diverting your interest from other things, and I try to look for the other things because that is usually the truth in this case. What do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the different results. Well, no. So I always try to look the other way when they tell you to look this way. So still, though, like I say, we are winning. They don't like to admit that. They're doing a buttload of things. They've even brought out another indictment for the J6, whatever it was, and everybody's going, even the people that are really trying to push it are kind of going, yeah, right. But that doesn't mean to be complacent. Also, too, there's since the devastation, especially since there's no town, no nothing left, these people are gonna probably not be able to vote. A lot of them, if I can remember correctly, because this is all bringing back memories of Katrina too. The only difference is that the water sat in the city for 30 days or whatever like that. But there was devastation. People be washed away. They did some things to protect the French Quarter, which caused the rest of the city to go underwater up to 9 feet. Yeah. And of course, they were supposed to have had a pump system out there. And guess where they found a lot of the parts? In some asshole's backyard. They were given the money, they bought the parts, but they didn't have enough money to pay anybody to put them together and so yeah. And actually, from what I can tell, they haven't really done anything to make that not happen again. They've just repaired some of the places where the levee was broken at the time. So it will happen again if they decide that it wants to do. Yes, Abtide. All right, so again, no matter what, we can't remain complacent about anything as much as it looks like we're winning, as much as they're fighting with it, because they, again, by any means necessary, stand your ground. That's all I can say about that. So, and of course, Christ is and God is in control, so we've already won. All right. All right, like I said, first and foremost, I wanted to wanted to forward my thoughts and prayers to all of the neighbors: Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina. Uh, uh, did I say Georgia? Yeah. I don't want to miss anybody because it actually, the more and more the information comes out, we're finding out that more and more areas were affected. And of course, they're dealing with this hard aftermath of Hurricane Helene. If someone needs help, shout out if you can. And so I'll open the phone lines if you're from that area, even if it's just to say, hey, somebody else needs help or whatever like that. Somebody doesn't know, somebody can't reach out. What can I tell you? And if someone needs help, or if you're able to help them, please help them. In fact, I don't want to feel proud, but I actually feel kind of neat that my bear helped a little bit. So yes, I do appreciate that. All right, yeah. FEMA says that they're broke. I'm going to go through a lot of that stuff. Some also too. Even be there, even if it means being there to be a shoulder to cry on. If someone from that area calls you, let them talk to you. Let them. What can I tell you? This is horrible. Nothing's ever going to fix it, but we can and have come together. This is another thing. A lot of people have come together and they're trying to help each other out while they're being stifled by the bureaucrat agencies. And I do believe some of the military. Bobby Digital, welcome to the show. Watch these states pull a Maui in the Appalachians. I'm getting ready to show you that they're getting ready to do the same thing. As a matter of fact, I tried to get the very most recent information from some of these people that are posting on, that are from the areas and they're posting on TikTok and places like that. That usually wouldn't blah blah blah. You know the drill. We're gonna hit that. But of course, like I said, being that most of the attention right now is on the vice presidential debate, which is neither here nor there. Everybody, in fact, the more they talk about it, the more they say, well, vice presidential debates aren't supposed to really push any buttons or mean anything and pretend you're blah, blah. And even ABC, was it or whatever, wrote 3 different articles. Oh, why this is so important. Oh, yeah, this is so important. And then after Walt's loss, it's like, meh. It wasn't that important. It's like, make up your freaking minds. Which I say, they're doing the double speak and the arguments over here. Look over here! This guy's still a weirdo! Meanwhile, we have stuff like this going on.
We have some disgusting breaking news, and it involves these hurricane victims. So this morning, Chimney Rock, which is close to Lake Lure, which is the viral video of the helicopter guy being threatened to be arrested, where he left a victim on the side of a mountain.
And his son.
They threatened to arrest him. Well, apparently, they're getting ready to just bulldoze that entire community. And the local residents are
so quick.
Stating there are still bodies in the trees. You can see them. And they're not going to go rescue the bodies. No, they're just going to bulldoze it down so that the family members have no response or idea as to what happened to their loved ones.
Yeah, they put up with it by COVID. They're not going to mind this time.
And then they made the statement this morning that they did not want this to get out to the public. And I'm going to need you to do what you do, TikTok. Because this is disgusting.
Well, it's not just TikTok. I volunteered to spread this around.
And she was speaking on a live.
That they said that they can't even share. That they don't want this to go in public. And that's what they said. The town people said this morning. Is that they're literally piles of people that families are searching for. That they're going to just wipe them out, not collect them, not do anything, not send the family information, nothing. It is so terrible.
Okay, I've got a bunch of these. We're gonna, like I say, these people are telling us exactly what's going on.
Something very sinister is happening in the Appalachians, and we need to fucking talk about it. Trigger warning. Anybody that's sensitive and can't handle hearing about this, go ahead and scroll. For those that are like me, that cannot allow this bullshit to continue.
Oh, sorry, language.
Listen up. We have already seen the videos. We've already heard the eyewitness accounts. People stating, trigger warning, piles
Yep, Bobby,
of
I do.
unalived
I know that.
individuals being found in riverbanks, on the lakes, in the streets, in their cars, and nobody seems to want to come to retrieve them. The fact that we could even allow that to happen, like the absolute utter disrespect for these people. These people were grandmothers and grandfathers and children and aunts and uncles. Like, since when do we not respect our dead?
Since COVID.
But then it gets worse. As you listen to these videos, as you watch these videos, you see the devastation. Whole roads are completely wiped out. And I understand if people are not familiar with mountain areas, they think, oh, it's one road, you go around. Yeah, that's not how it works. Most mountain regions maybe have one, maybe two roads that go in and out. And when those roads are wiped out, those people are completely abandoned up there. FEMA set up camp in an accessible area and has told multiple people that they will not bring aid to people in inaccessible areas, which makes you wonder why the fuck they're even there. But that's okay, we have volunteers, right? Volunteers that'll go out, private individuals that are gonna go out and help these people. Yeah, they're being threatened with arrest. People brought their privately owned helicopters to try to offer aid to get these people off the mountains, or at least bring them supplies so they don't starve to death or die from dehydration, because it has now been 6 full days of no water access for these people, and they're being threatened with arrest. Trucks have come to the region with supplies. Their tires are being slashed. Something very sinister and evil is happening here. Then you throw into the mix that there's an entire source of lithium under these mountains, and all of a sudden,
They're here. That's what you guys are talking about.
Stacking right in place, don't they? I just saw this post on X, and again, I try not to say that it's true. So that's for you, TikTok. I'm not trying to spread any misinformation. This is for educational purposes. However, they were specifically speaking about the government held a meeting in Chimney Rock and basically informed these people that the entire town will be bulldozed over, bodies and all.
Peeled his back.
And that
Yeah, that's not cool right there.
The government owns that land. This is a fucking land grab.
Yep.
They do not care about these people that are stuck in the mountains. They do not care about these people that were unalived by this. And forgive me for sounding absolutely insane, but we all know that they've been able to manipulate weather for quite a long time. This technology has existed for a long time. So how am I supposed to believe that this is all coincidence? And how is it that I'm supposed to believe that this kind of lack of support is an accident? I'm absolutely enraged. And I am not going to stop talking about this until there is some kind of resolution for these people. I am but one person. I don't have the resources to help. I don't have the time to go down there. I don't have the funds to donate. But the one thing I can do is use my fucking voice.
And that goes for everybody.
Shut up about this.
Right?
These people do not deserve this. And for any of you idiots that think that they do, just know that you're next.
Yep.
We allowed this to happen
Yep.
in Maui. And now we're allowing it to happen again in the Appalachians. How long until it's your neighborhood or your town or your family being left to rot in the streets? We need to fucking stop this. Please share, and if you're going to donate, only donate to churches. Apparently, FEMA can't take the donations from the churches. So find local churches in the area, donate directly to them, or if you know somebody in the area, donate directly to them, because FEMA is not helping at all. Not to mention that they're stating they're apparently out of money, but we could send billions of dollars to the Ukraine.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking sick and tired.
Not to mention also, too, I don't believe any other foreign country is helping us. Every time they need help, they come to us. When we need help, oh, whatever. So, and it's almost like our politicians are politicians for everyone else now. Did I see this? All right, this better not be nudity or anything. Breaking. Why is Alexa telling people that Hurricane Helene was artificially created? Below are 2 examples of X users who uploaded this. Go try this and tell me what happens. I don't have Alexa. I won't let one of those stupid things in my house. But it doesn't surprise me. I've heard people ask it all kinds of wild shit, and it'll tell you. I actually had a video of something, and it was deleted. It's amazing how many things I find, and then when I finally get the chance to share it with you all, it's gone. I've actually had that happen today. Sparky the Welder. Got a few more people in on here. Salty Matt Jamerson. It will be me when the water wars start. I'm over a big aquifer. Yeah. Don't tell anybody. You're not supposed to tell anybody. It's like, you know, I had a whole bunch of guns, but I lost them all in a boating accident, man. So, you know, I don't have anything of any worth. I'm a Christ follower. I've pretty much gotten rid of all of my worldly goods, if you will. I have a house to live in, plenty of food, and some good friends, and I'm fine. Okay. So, no, I didn't see that, but like I say, it doesn't surprise me. Let me know what Alexa says since everybody has revealed that. Let me know what Alexa says about the same thing next Thursday. Let's see how they keep it going. Let's see, 22 seconds.
Alexa, did North Carolina use cloud seeding during Hurricane Helene?
Yes. North Carolina has been cloud seeding during Hurricane Helene. Scientists injected silver iodine into the hurricane wall to steer the hurricane in another direction.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's something else. There's another thing too. Let me see. I'll keep that and look at it later. There was something else in my bookmarks too that I kept just in case there was a question about. I think I did. It was a weather map or something. Oh, I swear I could have sworn I kept it. They probably deleted it too. Anyway, we'll go on. Here's another person who is missing a grandmother or an aunt or something like that.
What the government is doing right now to the entire state of North Carolina and Tennessee is nothing short of just plain awful. Like, I do not physically have the words for it, because if you don't know, we have not heard from my aunt since Friday because of Hurricane Helene, and there is no government aid. None. Zero. Zilch. There's a few, but it's small government offices mainly run by civilians. Because you want to know what's happening right now in North Carolina and Tennessee? There are entire towns that there is no way in or out. Those roads are not drivable because of the mudslides and the power lines and the down trees. There are doctors right now physically walking
God bless them
across that because their cars can't get through to go help these people, to go check on these people. There's a mudslide by my aunt's house because she lives on a mountain. She lives in the middle of it. There are currently civilians digging that mudslide out with their bare fucking hands. That's what's happening right now. There is no power. There is no water. They have no supplies. And the government is currently trying to arrest people who are delivering supplies via helicopter.
Why would they do that?
They are threatening to arrest those people. They are threatening to arrest people who are trying to fucking...
They can't arrest everybody.
My aunt is 70 years old with mobility issues. And you want to know what the government's fucking doing? Jack shit. But you want to know what the civilians, the people here in America are doing? I have had several people on this platform alone reach out to me and go, oh, this person, this doctor's going there. I'll tell them and they'll tell the fire department. I'll put the word into all these shelters. I'll do this. There is somebody right now in Burnsville, North Carolina. His name is Warren. And he himself, he's a real fucking hero, I'll tell you that. He got together a list. He went door to door to people's houses to make sure that they were okay.
Good for him.
Door to door. Wrote their names on a list and posted it on Facebook so families could see if their family members were alive or not.
Nice.
His wife is currently making food for everybody. And you want to know what the government is doing? You want to know what Kamala Harris is doing right now?
I'll show you
Joe
that
Biden's
too.
Joe Biden said we're doing all that we can for North Carolina. Kamala Harris is currently having a fundraiser for her campaign in LA and Las Vegas. Not for the people in North Carolina or Tennessee.
This was recorded or posted on October 1st.
Fuck them.
She kind of looks like she was on their side at one time. Okay, then we have this.
In Asheville, North Carolina, people are reporting nonstop offers to sell their property for cash. At the same time, there's only one way in and one way out, and nobody's allowed to move. On top of that, trucks carrying aid and supplies are getting their tires slashed so they can't even get through.
Hey, Mikey Baseball.
It's getting real, really fast. But that sounds very familiar. I mean, look at what happened in Maui. Residents there were pressured to sell their land after the fires, and now Asheville is going through the same twisted playbook. Why? Because North Carolina isn't just sitting on regular land. No, it's sitting on gold, the richest supply of lithium in the world for batteries and the purest.
But the indigenous people, it used to be indigenous land. They don't care about that though, do they, anymore?
Quartz for the 530 billion microchip industry. And all of that, it's right under the area being hit. Residents are being asked to sell their properties, aid is being blocked, and the whole situation reeks of something bigger than a natural disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Just based on the
No such
evidence
thing
that
as
we
coincidence.
see. And just like in Maui, people are caught in the middle of a mess that feels far too deliberate.
And blue roofs wouldn't have helped you this time either. Well, here's one reason why. And this is the video that's already been deleted off of TikTok.
This flooding in North Carolina does not sit well with me. I think something's going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire world. Yeah, lithium for like cars, batteries, all that. Then I find out they have the world's highest purity quartz deposits. And that quartz just so happens to be the world's supply for AI chips, microchips, and all kinds of stuff. We're talking a $530 billion industry. So this is where it gets interesting. So a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium is awaiting a state mining permit for a site in northern Gaston County. And Gaston County is completely flooded right now. The project was awaiting zoning approval because they were getting backlash from the residents and also city officials. And this lithium mine they want would be the third largest producer of lithium in the world. And they made a deal with Tesla already. Now remember the quartz? So in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, right next to Ashland, they are wanting to expand their mines even larger. And the residents aren't having it either. Enter the floods. People, these are mountain towns. It rarely, if not ever, floods in the mountains. I would know, I grew up in the mountains in Colorado, which means none of these people have flood insurance. I mean, the media is saying biblical devastation in North Carolina, aka like the worst thing that could happen, and you're not coming back from it. Read between the lines, people. Everything happens for a reason.
Yep, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Mr. Tizo gifted the cookie over there on pill.net. That's the way to do it. Thank you so much. You get one of these.
Cookie!
Ah, that figures. Let's see. Let's try that. It worked a minute ago.
Cookie! Nom, 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 oh, nom.
They're playing with my shit for some reason. It's space lasers and weather weapons waiting for the people. Bombs they let into our country to go off. October surprise, anyone? Actually, they're saying that this thing with Kamala's husband is the October surprise. And then, of course, we have the strike, another October surprise, which I'll show you later that actually Kamala supports. I wonder why. All right, this is, I believe, yeah, but what did you guys think of that? I mean, it sounds, you know, and of course, this is another reason why they want to censor us, because too many people know too many things and can share it this way. Can you imagine if they would have had today's technology or today's evil thoughts with yesterday's communications? We had 3 TV stations. All 3 of them could have told us the same thing, and nobody would have known any different until we couldn't buy gas or something again. The strike is put on hold until January. Yes, I saw that. You guys are getting ahead of me. I'm sorry, I'm so slow. But actually, the thing about that is that, and that was something I just saw as I was setting up and getting started on here, is that Trump actually stepped in and made that happen. And supposedly Kamala and them are going nutso faking over it. How can you do this? Seems like we don't even need to put Trump in office. Just let him be. You know, let them scramble and give us word salad sandwiches and syllabus soup, and while Trump just goes around and makes deals. What the hell? He's not going to accept payment for it anyway if he's president. He didn't the last time. I mean, just think about it. All right, here we go. This is Tennessee.
Well, you're going to have to just excuse my appearance because we have no power.
You can hear her generator in the background.
I'm just so pissed off that I've got to make this clear. We got a notification from T2MA. I'm guessing that's FEMA for Tennessee. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's supposed to be the disaster relief people, but they were like, "Do not donate your time. We don't want you to donate time unless we ask for you, and we don't want you to donate stuff to other people. You need to just donate money and stuff to us and get your instructions from us and listen to us." What? And then they said yesterday, we don't go into areas that the roads are not easily accessible. What? You are the disaster relief people. Like, that is your job, to go into the areas that are hit by disaster and provide relief. Not to just go to the easy area and sit and wait for the people that are in the disaster area to be able to come to you. The roads that we do have were cleared by the locals, and you have to have trucks and stuff to be able to get through there. Like, it's just beyond me. So, and you have us all messed up. If you think you're going to come here and bark orders at us and then expect the people just to give you the money and us trust that you're going to try to take care of us when you don't go into areas that are not easily accessible. What? Like, this is called...
Who have they hired for that job?
So, donate to our local churches, because they will make sure that the people that need it will get it. And you need to just, while we appreciate what help you're trying to provide, I don't think you understood the assignment, because it's not to just go to one location in hopes that the people in the disaster area can make it to you. So just sit back and watch, and we'll show you how it's done. But we're not going to stop. So please and thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Only the government is still stepping in awful fast to say, don't help anybody. What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is that? Don't help anybody. Although, I'm not surprised. I tried actually to get a job. This reminds me of the time I tried to get a job in the post office. They asked me all kinds of stinking stupid questions. Oh, if you saw somebody not doing their job, what would you do? And they gave me the choice of, would you go tell the manager? Would you say something to the person yourself? Would you this and that and the other thing? And it's like, all of my answers were wrong. Basically, they wanted you just to, they even asked the question, if somebody was dying on the next desk, what would you do? And the answer was wrong. It's just sit there and wait for somebody else to notice it. It's like, of course I would help this person. I would call 911 immediately. They don't want you to think for yourself. This is why the post office and everything else in the government is so inefficient. They want whatever the upper echelon says and nothing else. You don't think for yourself. Don't ask questions. I mean, this is literally what government work is like. All right. Salty Matt Jameson with the donation over there on Odysee. Thank you very much. He says, how about fuck you? I can give whatever I want to whomever I want, just like a commie. Indeed. You get one of these.
Hey, look, green paper. Green paper.
That's the way it's done. Super chat over there on Odysee. I do appreciate that very much. Thank you. There's one church in North Carolina. Handy mentioned it early today. Yeah, actually, a lot of them have been blown away. Two things I actually hate to talk about this, but since they're not giving us too much trouble, either support them through the GoFundMe that Trump has authorized. Because, if nothing else, if they decide to be wonky about it, he'll try and fight them over it. Send his lawyers. But the goal was $1 million. So far, it's up to $4,747,249. Also, another one that Trump suggested was Christians. Somebody help me with this. I can't remember what it is. Christians Cabinet or something pantry, Christian, something like that, yeah. Green paper, yep. It's my favorite too. All right, at least the gray man's over here on Pilled. At least we know it will be easy to hide from them when they come for us. Yeah, maybe. If they come for us. Actually, I'm actually expecting the IRS before I'm expecting FEMA. And maybe even UN, I don't know. Like, Trump will sue them. Yeah, like I said, if nothing else, if they decide to be wonky over here on GoFundMe, Trump will sue them. And he'll fight. He'll fight for it. All right, let's see where. Let's see, I say something else, I think. All right, that last one will make you go, But these are people that are being affected by this. And of course, they're coming on here and telling these things because this is probably what they're being told when they're applying for this FEMA. They have neighbors, they know people. I wonder what happened to the Cajun Navy. Where's the Cajun Navy? I haven't seen any of them lately either. Maybe they're being quiet about their rescue efforts because what is going on? There'll be Samaritan's Purse. Thank you very much, Sparky. That's what I was trying to remember. Let's see. Also, this church is the one Handy mentioned. Okay, I'll open that so you can see it. Welcome to Valley Hope Church. How can you help with Helene recovery? Okay, there's a button that says give now. But supposedly, something I read or saw, the Red Cross is stealing money or holding it or they're not giving it to who they should give it to or whatever like that. Like I say, I have so much information that has come through my ears and eyes and everything this week. I'm not going to be able to get to all of it, even though there's just so much going on. Lazy Long Toes, welcome, my famous friend. Prayers for mom's siblings. We lost another uncle this week. That's 4 boys gone out of 10 children. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Blessings on you and your family. Not part of the North Carolina, the Helene. Please tell me no, that it wasn't. Limited access is Pinball Preparedness Relief Fund, East Tennessee. And she's got the link over here on Rumble. That's why I say that's why I wanted to bring attention to a lot of this, because the government and the media, if you will, are all saying the same thing. Oh, everything's fine. Don't worry about these people. And when actually it's been a horrible disaster. And actually, because of the fact that God has promised us that he wasn't going to ruin things with water anymore, I don't think he had a lot to do with this time. A fear will be eliminated. Let's see. I fear it will be eliminated or so transforms will be unrecognizable. Yeah, the Constitution, you mean? Oh, yes. Okay. Cyborg. Okay, everybody's posting links to go and donate to these people. Thank you, Limited Access, for the donation over here. You get one of these.
Green paper. Green paper.
I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Pinball Preparedness. Dude is a based and a vet. He's on YouTube for now. Alright, but of course you guys know I'm an Xer. I'm an older Xer, actually. I got in there just in time. And but we were taught to deal with disaster and things like that better. I think. Mr. Rogers was our role model. Lindsay Long just says, well, he was having lots of trouble breathing. COVID directs your airways if you get it over and over, and that happened to Digger too. Floopy airways can't cough the infection out. That's a shame, and I'm so sorry to hear that. Our government and these people that want to be our gods are really inflicting a lot of things on believers. I think, like I say, I believe that's what some of the things that are happening. Even Momara is saying it's not the end of the world, but it is the end of times, and it actually happens about every 2,000 years. So, but we grew up with Mr. Rogers, and he always had the best advice for us, and this is what we were taught to look for when things went bad.
My mother used to say, a long time ago, whenever there would be any really catastrophe that was in the movies or on the air, she would say, always look for the helpers. There will always be helpers, even just on the sidelines. That's why I think that if news programs could make a conscious effort of showing rescue teams, of showing medical people, anybody who is coming into a place where there's a tragedy, to be sure that they include that. Because if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope. Indeed, indeed.
One such helper is good old Terrence Williams. You guys know Terrence Williams, the comedian. Tetris, welcome. Breaking news. Country singer Garth Brooks accused of sexual assaulting his employee. Okay, he's either spouts some truth about something or somebody's after him. I mean, how old is that guy? And of course, since it's Hollywood or since it's celebritydom, nothing surprises me more. So, anyway, Terrence writes on Facebook, Hurricane Helene update about 24 hours ago. I'm headed to Asheville, North Carolina. I have 5,000 boxes of my cousin T's pancakes en route. It's enough to make around 60,000 or 70,000 pancakes. I was told there is a grill I can use. If you are nearby and have an extra flat top grill, please let me know just in case. Let's do what we can for our American brothers and sisters. And then, of course, I've got him on his Instagram when he has arrived there.
What's going on, everybody? So I am in Asheville, North Carolina. We are walking door to door, checking on people, asking them if they need any supplies, passing out food, supplies. So yeah, we got to stick together. We got to help out our American brothers and sisters, our next door neighbors. We got to take care of home, and America's home. No matter what city you live in, if there's people in another city who needs help, if you are able to help, then please do that. But we are out here helping out.
Thank you, Terrence. I hope that they allow you. See if he ends up getting arrested for anything like that. Of course, you know, we all know President Trump did. He started the trend. Of course, he always does when it comes to these situations. Don't forget, this is like another situation in, what was that, Ohio? And everything. So here we go. Here's
As you
President
know, our
Trump.
country is in the final weeks of a hard-fought national election. But in a time like this, when a crisis hits, when our fellow citizens cry out in need, none of that matters. We're not talking about politics now. We have to all get together and get this solved.
Although they all accuse him of politicizing it, of
Out
course.
for one another, we pull together, we pitch in, we persevere, and we pull it through. That is really the American spirit. That's what made America originally great. And that's why today I've come to Valdosta with large semi-trucks, many of them, filled with relief aid, and a tanker truck filled up with gasoline. We have a couple of the big tanker trucks filled up with gasoline, which they can't get now. And we'll be working to distribute it throughout the day. And I want to thank again Franklin Graham and everyone at Samaritan's Purse. You people are fantastic, by the way, and people appreciate you very much.
Samaritan's Purse, yes.
For the incredible partnering and work that they've done, not only here but all the time. They always seem to be the first
isn't that
ones
the evangelist he
at
just
areas
mentioned?
that need help. A short time ago, I received a briefing on the situation here in Valdosta from FEMA and the National Guard, as well as a number of
This
state
was
and
on
local
September
officials.
30th.
Quite
Like
a
I
few
said,
of
he
them.
started
It's amazing
it.
The way it's just all been pulled together. Really amazing. I want to thank Mayor Scott James, Valdosta.
Franklin Graham, there you go.
Where is Scott? Where is Scott? Hey, Scott. Thank you. Really great. Really great job. I want to thank...
Okay, but anyway, he already told you what he brought. Tankers of gas and food and everything like that. So like I said, I showed you the GoFundMe. And of course everybody's been sharing links. Just make sure that these places that you are sending it to will give it directly to these people and say to hell with the government, to hell with FEMA. They don't do anything but boss people around. And in fact, I was against FEMA a long time ago. I remember when the tornadoes went through part of Alabama where my couple of my aunts lived, and my dad went out there, and he actually had some encounters with FEMA. They were starting to clean up. Everybody had started cleaning up on their own and everything like that, and they were going. And FEMA happened to be overheard. I wish somebody had a phone at the time. I think it was in 97 or 8, something like that. But FEMA actually said in front of these people, oh, we won't even look at any of the white neighborhoods. We have to go to all of the black neighborhoods, and that's the only people who are going to get help. So, yeah, FEMA, fuck FEMA. All right. Then you got the helpers. Like I say, the helpers. Trump did it. Let's see. Trump did it. Let's see where. This is another example of helper. This man is a hero. He's rescuing people trapped in the mountains of Asheville, North Carolina. And he saved an 11-day-old baby and an elderly woman with only 1 day's oxygen left. And he says the government, surprise, surprise, is playing politics.
I really don't want to make this video, but it is literally a matter of life and death for the people of North Carolina. So, my name's Jonathan Howard. I'm a member of the Florida State Guard Special Missions Unit. I'm also up here with Aerial Recovery, a nonprofit. I came up here on Sunday with Aerial Recovery before we even got activated. We flew up here, and then we got activated, which was great. I have my team up here working as well. Here's the problem. I'm going to tell you everything that's happening from the ground, what I'm actually seeing, because what they're telling you is complete bullshit on the news, and these politicians don't have a fucking clue and they're lying. I'll say this now, I'll say it in the video. The only thing I need from this video is helicopters. If I have helicopters, I can save lives. Without helicopters, I can't reach these people. It doesn't matter how many chainsaws and trucks I got, I can't get to them. They're 10 miles in, 20 miles, 40 miles in the mountains. There's no way to get with them or even communicate with them. I'm literally flying around in a civilian helicopter looking for SOS messages carved in the mud or painted on the ground, and we're dropping down and saving them. What got me fired up about this was yesterday, me and my team did the rescue of that 11-day-old baby. And all these government officials and social media, they're showing that video, that pictures and video of that rescue, and claiming that like they have some like government help with that.
Typical. Typical.
I mean, even USA, I think it was USA Today, wrote an article about it, saying it was a Florida National Guard that went and got it, like with a helicopter. No, it was me, my buddy Charlie, and a civilian named Zeb with his own personal helicopter out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Like, without that civilian, that baby would be dead. And the old lady we went and rescued after that, she'd be dead too, because she had 1 day left of oxygen. No one was going to go get them. I will tell you, when we go up in the air, I probably see 40 civilian helicopters, and I might see 2 Blackhawks, National Guard, military, whatever they are. That's it. No one's out there doing rescues. I have my entire team up here from Florida right now, and they have no ability to go rescue these people other than what they can drive to. The people that are in dire need, they're out in the mountains. They are completely cut off. Now, I will say, I spoke to my congresswoman down in Florida, and she's a badass, and she made a bunch of phone calls, and now we got 2 contracted 60s coming up here tomorrow, which is great. I love that, but like, I still don't understand why we don't have more helicopters. Like,
tomorrow may be too late too.
But there's no military. There's no one's doing nothing. It blows my mind. And they're not even allowing people to see what's really going on. One of our friends yesterday, they were actually escorting CNN down at Lake Lure, and they wouldn't even let CNN, the sheriff department would not let them go videotape the bad areas of how destructive it is. I don't know why they don't want to show you all that, but I mean, it is bad. I should also say, when I flew here on Sunday, they actually stopped us from going in, the sheriff department. And it was because of a bunch of politics that they were claiming was the Speaker of the House of North Carolina that was preventing us from even going in and trying to kick us out, which I had clarified today with North Carolina politicians that reached out to me, good on them, and they were like, that's complete bullshit. Speaker of the House has nothing. He wants you guys there. But this is the kind of political BS that is happening here right now. Like, everyone's trying to be in charge without taking any type of action. Nobody wants to coordinate with anybody. Everybody wants to pretend like they're being the hero while these people are literally fucking dying in the mountains. And these people, like I'm saying, these people are limited medication, they're running out of oxygen, and there's no one going to get them. The most effective way I have found to go find these people is by getting in a helicopter and flying down the rivers and roads and looking for SOS messages or people waving us down. And then we drop down and get them. We have all these people here. We have law enforcement, we have State Guard, National Guard. They have no way to go get these people. Yesterday when I was at the Asheville airport refueling, which by the way, the civilian is paying all this out of his own pocket. He's not even looking for a reimbursement. I think we did 4 refuelings yesterday. And that was like just in half a day's work. We're in Asheville,
hero.
And I saw 2 Air Force helicopter 60s. And I knew they were PJs just looking at them. And I went up to them like, hey guys, like, what are y'all doing? And like, this is what you need to be doing, this is how I'm finding people. And they're like, we can't go. We're waiting on Title 10 orders. And I'm like, what? They can't get any authority. There's military helicopters all over here sitting on the ground, and they can't do nothing. Even my JSOC boys in Fayetteville, they can't get orders to come out here. And it's just the most disgusting thing. They're killing these people. And I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know what kind of
Yes, you
conspiracy.
do.
I've heard so many things. Whatever you want to come up with, But they're literally allowing these people to fucking die in the mountains.
I don't care why. The fact they're doing it in the first place, unacceptable. I don't care why. I don't care. And most people don't care. Most of the people that are going through this, they don't care why either. They don't deserve this. This, if nothing else, if that's the case, it's going against the Constitution once again. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if these people are just dying up there and they're going, oh, well, you know, we can't work with this person, and the bureaucracy this, and red tape that. No. But they know they're doing the wrong thing because they won't let anybody else do it either. Stop listening to them. Screw them. Let them arrest you. Green paper is why. That's right, Russian bot. And everybody keeps saying the same thing. So you guys have heard something, the same stuff that I've been hearing through all of this is they're looking to expand the 2 mines up there, which is going to be throwing us into the future with the lithium, which is so it's dangerous. As a matter of fact, I saw a few videos. I wasn't going to cover that today or anything because it happened. But the people in these floods that had electric cars like Teslas and whatever, even though they didn't get flooded very much, they had enough water in their garage to make their Tesla explode, their house burn down. Not to mention the fact that North and South Carolina, the Smoky Mountains and everything, that they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. They're going to ruin it. With the lithium mine, with the lithium bats, you guys have all seen those and everything like that. So yeah, so what's next? Slave labor? What can I tell you? The enemy is behind all of this. Yes. It's for AI's final solution of the birth of the beast. I think you may be right. I think you may be right. All right. Now, supposedly, even Kamala Harris went to help. This is in Georgia. Tell me how staged this looks and how just. American Red Cross. She's standing there with the Red Cross. You'll notice that hardly a person goes by here, picks up something from her, and doesn't take a picture or get a selfie. Really? This is supposed to be an emergency food line. Bobby Digital. Everything she does is fake. Yes, I believe that. Well, it's like I said, these people are actors. They're nothing but actors anymore. But seriously, some of these people even go into the line, pass the line, go back in the line, and ask people to take pictures with her and everything like that. So no, this is unacceptable. And I notice. What neighborhood did she visit? Just saying. Just saying. Look at all. She didn't even care about the food. Exactly, Sparky. This is why I wanted to show you this. Like I say, Trump started the whole thing with his donations and everything that he did, but Kamala, did this stage thing and everything like that. And Sparky the Welder says, for the rest of the people on the other platform, says, those people look like they're in pretty good shape to be disaster victims. You're right. This is exactly why I showed it. Someone tell me what the fuck is so funny. Super Trucker, welcome. They're obviously starving. Yeah. Wire, that's exactly, I'm not going to repeat that, but that's exactly what I was talking about. Cyborg says, Harris is disgusting. Yes, she is a very power-hungry, ineffective. Doesn't belong up there. She doesn't belong up there. She's coming. She's coming. All right. This is, and she did this only after she told people this.
Have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who is watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity. But also that aid, if you have electricity, can be applied for online.
Okay. Now, what can you expect from somebody that answers questions like this? This is going to be real quick. You guys remember this? Oprah got on there and did her little Kamala Harris bullshit. You get a car and you get a car. Well, now you get a virus and you get a virus and you get to lose your home and you get to lose your shit. But I think this thing happened like the day after that I did the last show. And when I saw this, nobody else mentioned this either. I can't believe that. But I'm going to say it.
I'd love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah,
that right there told me everything I needed to know. Now, what did she just taken a hit off of her joint? Oh yeah, I know. Which means I'm not gonna do a fucking thing for you. Yeah, I know you're having a problem, but I don't plan on doing anything for you. And of course, the word salad sandwich that she offered, she served up after it, just verified that. Yeah, listen to that shit. Listen to that.
Know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah,
To know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
yeah. First of all,
Yeah,
thank you.
even the look on her face. No, nothing. Yeah, I hear you, but I can't do anything for you. I'm not going to do anything for you. Super Trucker 750 for disaster victims and only 10K for illegals. Oh, it's a lot more than that for the illegals. What was it? That one food stamp receipt that one lady got. She had $5,000 in cash, whatever it was, and like $13,000 on the WIC or whatever, or not WIC, but the food stamps or whatever like that. So yeah, that's why I say nothing left for us. They just spent $2.8 billion again. With the Zelensky walked out of here with a check after leaving and squishing around Trump and all of those people and everything, begging for more money and everything like that. And it's like, yeah, oh, but we don't have anything left in FEMA. That's because they've spent all of it on $513 billion on all of these 20 million plus illegals that are here and have been here. So no. That's why I say, why did she just take a toke while they were asking her that question? Yeah. And then, like I said, she did a word salad sandwich, or should I say what was it? Mr. Wonderful used another good term I liked, a syllable soup. Didn't even come close to answering any question. Much less the question that they asked her. Oh yeah, I was born in a middle class. Nobody cares! Nobody cares where you come from now. What are you gonna do for us now? Which she keeps answering. Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Excuse my language, but I'm pissed. These people, put it this way, I can't believe there aren't more people complaining about how she got there in the first place. She didn't get one vote. Drunken Rocky! Sorry, I'm not around much. Been busy as hell. Love you, girl. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. You get one of these.
Hey, look! Green paper! Green paper!
Over there on Rumble. I appreciate that. Thank you. And of course, don't forget to go see his show after mine in about 40 minutes. There we go. Okay. This is how psychotic people ask. So, she sounds, as a matter of fact, a lot of times when she answers this question, she sounds like she's doing slam poetry. Poorly. And she keeps telling us about her middle class and this business owner that she used to like, and one person out of all of the people, oh, well, we love our business owners. No, you don't. You love that one person that took care of you for a while. The rest of us, you could care less about. You don't mention anything about anybody else. So no. And actually, nobody wants to know what you did then. We already know. We've heard that 1,000 billion times. What are you gonna do for us now? And like I said, that was the answer to all of it. Yeah, I hear you, man, but the best I can offer you is my bullshit. All right, and here is your great help from FEMA.
So I live in Georgia. We were pretty hard hit by the hurricane where I live. It took about 5 days to get power back. Our mayor's done a really good job. But what really upsets me is I actually evacuated to my parents. Thank God I was able to do that. But I've been on the phone with people in rural counties helping them do FEMA applications because not everybody's tech savvy. Not everybody knows how to do that. Well, what they're doing is they're only giving $750 per household. And that is if your income qualifies and if you don't have homeowners. So essentially, the only people that are getting approved are the people that already have EBT and government assistance. If you make enough money, you're not getting any help. So when you're paying for generators, food, hotels, can't go to work, and you don't have a savings to dig into, which nobody has right now because this economy is terrible, well, you're SOL. You got to wait for the government to come into your town and save you because they're not going to give you money.
Which that's not going to happen. They've already shown that.
I said 2 years ago about during a disaster helping the lower income. That's exactly what's happening. Only those people are getting the $750. Other people are not getting the help. And I'm sorry, but not everybody has a savings to dig into right now. It's just terrible. It's discriminatory, and it pisses me off.
And it should piss everybody else off, too. Only $750, and that's only if you qualify and can get online. Which, how many people are they saying are stranded without power, water, electricity, anything, food, anything like that? They're going to find them in their, sitting in their chairs or wherever they are in their homes when they finally get to them, or they're going to bulldoze them like they did the other town. That's something that right there makes me sick to my stomach. They're literally going to bulldoze the town, and there's probably hundreds of human bodies in that debris. They're just going to bulldoze it. Isn't that what they did? Didn't they have the mass graves in Germany, Europe? Russia? Maybe not Russia. I don't know. The Middle East? Which, that's another debacle too. Thank the Lord there was only one person hurt in that ginormous bombardment that they did the other day. God is definitely watching over Israel for that. Like I say, as a matter of fact, if you keep up with Salty, you'll see that the only person supposedly that got hurt in that bombing of Israel on Tuesday was one dude, and it was from debris that just fell out of the sky. Imagine that. Imagine being that unlucky. I guess God needed him right away. Still giving billions to Israel to buy bombs to kill brown people with. Yeah, like I say, I'm not taking a side really in that war because nobody wins in war. And it's being paid for both sides by by the same people. It always has been. Basically, it's something to give the manufacturers money and the people that they lobby and pay for while they use our young men. And actually, somebody said something about the National Guard is deployed. Yeah, they're deployed in the Middle East, if you can believe that shit. After Kamala got on the debate stage and says, "Oh, we don't have any boots on the ground since I've been in office." Yeah, shut up. You lying bitch. Okay. And of course, also too, like I say, this is what we get from Kamala and them. She endorses the dock workers strike that union boss boasted would cripple the economy. So she endorses the strike, and then Trump goes in and negotiates a stave off. You know, hey man, work for us, everything. Because the guy said that, you know, even if we do that thing that 90-day thing that the president can demand or request them to do, he says, yeah, these guys aren't going to be. They're going to be checked out. They're going to move maybe 4 or 5 things when usually they work 30. You know, they move 30 or things like that. Although I can tell you, the Teamsters aren't the best when it comes to their employees or their people that have been loyal to them for a long time. I already told you guys a story about my stepfather working on the loading dock, and a 600-pound box fell on his head and crushed some of his vertebrae on his neck. He couldn't work anymore, but they didn't want to pay him workers' comp. They didn't want to take care of him. He had to go if he wanted, and of course their doctors botched his operation for that and everything too. And if he wanted to go against any of the doctors or anything like that, he had to find lawyers and doctors in New York from Florida. Oh, nobody around the Florida area will go against this particular doctor because they're all in partnership with all of these hospitals and clinics that they have money in. What? So, yeah, that's why I say, and the unions are going to be real surprised if we elect this bitch right here, because with all the, you know damn well that these illegals, they go on strike and everything like that. And you don't think these companies are going to start hiring the illegals if it gets too bogged down and they start losing money? And you know these illegals are not going to join the union. So, let's see. Bobby Digital says, at this point, I'm afraid to say violence is probably the only way out of this. You could be right. You can see the writing on the wall. And if you know anything about our history and what's been going on, I mean, hell, all the other Western countries have started doing that kind of thing. You know, we did it peacefully, and look at how they're picturing it, or look at how they're promoting it, the January 6th and everything like that. That was actually more peaceful than the Summer of Love. Plus, it was provoked. But they're making it out to be one of the worst things since since the Civil War. They're trying to get you used to that kind of thing so they can do it back to us and then go say, well, it was mostly peaceful. No, don't listen to these assholes. That's why I say, all right. And then, of course, I'm sorry that this was taking so long. I didn't even open the phone lines for you guys yet. And I didn't get to the losers that they keep parading in front of us. Of course, you know, Biden finally came out to survey some of the damage. And he basically said,
U.S. President Joe Biden visiting Florida and the state of Georgia Thursday.
Hurricane hit these same communities. A couple months ago, Hurricane Debbie did the same thing. 3 in a row.
Okay, yeah, basically, he's in Florida. This is where the 3 or 4 hurricanes have come through there already a couple of times. But what does he have to say to these people?
I want you to know, I see you, I hear you, I agree with you, and I promise you we have your back.
Vice President Kamala.
But we don't have any money for you. So we're there with you in spirit, but you're on your own as long as you follow our bureaucrats' rules. Like I say, this reminds me a lot of Katrina, except for a lot of this. Like I say, the government did take their sweet time, but it was more of a local thing. Because I remember President Bush, I mean, we saw this hurricane coming. We knew it was going to be there 3 or 4 days beforehand. President Bush at the time got a hold of our governor and tried and released emergency funds, because he knew that if it hit us and it was as bad as it was, there was going to be closed roads, there was going to be flooding, there was going to be people that needed to be rescued. Then we had the local mayor just leave all the buses. They let the buses sit in the bus barns and told people, oh, you can't evacuate here. This is not going to be. What happened? People ended up being there anyway. They couldn't do anything. And you saw that whenever they would video them, there were people going, help us, we don't, they were all stuck and stranded in the French Quarter. And they absolutely wrecked the Superdome. But that was because Nagin says, yeah, everybody just get out. We're not going to have any place for you to go. We're not going to have any shelters. We're not going to have any help, anything like that. And for some reason, our governor at the time did not want the feds there for some reason. So a lot of people blame that on Bush. But again, where are all the celebrities? Where is Ye going, oh, the government doesn't care about black people? So, is law enforcement enforcing laws or suppressing people? Neither. Because I actually hear, I don't remember if you heard it or not. I might have cut one of them off before she got to it, but there was somebody else talking about the looters up there. And I did see a couple of mugshots. I don't have to tell you that most of the looters that they found or that they have actually arrested are not from here. Or should I say not from North Carolina? Not Native American. How about that? Meanwhile, you got the elites, while they're lecturing us, doing absolute bullshit. They can't find enough things to spend
USD a month.
Tons of money on.
Would you let somebody eat what looks like cheese off the side of your face? The fuck, boss? I quit.
$10,000 a month to be the person that they're eating the food off of. Can you imagine how much markup that is for these two people to pay for it? All right. Try to get to this. Breaking news. Let's see what's happened in this badly written and even more poorly acted out soap opera. Of course, we see a lot of it. Basically, other than the stuff that they're hiding, which we can still find on X. Vance won, Waltz won, Vance won, Waltz won, Vance won. This is what they're doing now with that. And it's like, who cares? Who cares? Right now, we got way more things to think about and worry about. All right. I'm not going to open the phone lines. It's too late. Maybe next show I'll have it Ask Me Anything or something like that. I'll just open them up. Basically, though, I wanted to focus on what's actually going on with this, and it was kind of a biblical storm, biblical proportions. I mean, it's wiped out some cities. I don't think these cities really deserved it. I don't remember hearing any debauchery. It's not like Sodom and Gomorrah or anything like that. But you never know. I don't know. All right. My question of the day was the same as the question in the title. And why are they always wanting to take away our First Amendment rights? Because, that's what my show is usually about, First Amendment. When I notice something about the First Amendment that's wrong or that shouldn't be, I try and focus on it too. All right, first, we're going to start with the biggest loser of them all. She's been thrust upon us now for 8 years since she lost 2016. She is a loser, but they keep throwing her back in our face, especially now. Bobby Digital, thank you very much. He says, I'm doing a great job and this has been a really good stream. Well, I appreciate that. I'm not done yet, though. I hope you're not leaving. But yeah, I understand if you do. Anyway, this one, she can't... Media, scrap on Trump. Media, you're not scrapping... Really? It's all we have heard for the last 8 years, especially coming from you.
a determined demagogue, unfortunately supported by members of his political party, other enabled...
What else are his political parties supposed to do? Of course his political party's going to support him, you dumbass.
People who care more about a future tax cut than the sanctity of the Constitution.
That's crap.
In line.
One doesn't have anything to do with the other, and as long as he's not taking away our rights, yeah, let's go for the tax cut. A lot of this is a matter of these people have gotten theirs, and they don't want anybody else to get theirs. They don't want the American dream for anybody else. They want it all to themselves.
Behind him, they are trying to excuse some of the most outrageous things that you just recited. And I don't think the press has done enough to basically say, okay, the circus is here. You can watch the circus, but let's tell you what that means. Let's talk to people who have a real understanding of how dictatorships evolve.
Yeah, you mean like the one we have right now? The fact that they were placed there, nobody voted these people in. And I'm sorry, I don't care what you tell me about the election last time. I don't believe you. Is this Hillary Clinton? Asking for a friend. Okay, yeah, so, the media doesn't stay on Trump's ass enough. Fuck you. Put it this way, whenever they don't mention him, they got your ass on mentioning him. And how bad he is and how much of a threat he is. Yeah, he's a threat to you. As a matter of fact, I read somewhere that they picked him, the Clintons picked him that year because they thought they could beat him. They really thought that they could put him in that position and he would go for trying to lose. He would accept losing. Do they not know who they were messing with at the time? Okay. Why are we listening to her again? She's a loser? The only thing we can really gain from her is what not to do. Useful, but taking any advice from her will probably prove to be a failure. She's proven it time and time again. So again, why do they keep wheeling out this loser? Okay. Next is Liz Cheney. She got primaried out of her re-election big time. Even CNN, back when it happened, Cheney's loss may be the second worst House incumbent loss in 60 years. Big time loser. Another big time loser. Okay? Yet, here she is. Not only campaigning for Kamala Harris, but campaigning in none other than the birthplace of the Republican Party. Absolutely nothing is sacred to these people.
First, Vice President Kamala Harris had to visit Ripon College today. That's where Emily Roberts is joining us live. And Emily, Harris is being joined by a guest.
Tammy Emerson, good morning. The campaign says former Republican Congressperson Liz Cheney is expected to join Harris right here in Ripon, the birthplace of the Republican Party. So you may remember Cheney was a leader in the House committee that investigated the January 6th insurrection. Cheney lost her seat to a Trump-endorsed candidate 2 years ago now. So this visit comes just days after Trump campaigned in some of our state's most liberal areas. Our Action 2 News team seeing crews setting up barricades and no parking signs on some streets in the area. And some students say they never expected Harris to campaign on campus.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think these blue people know that she's a Republican? Thank you, Lord Jesus, for all of our friends and all of the streams they do. I've been busy. Missed you all. Lizzie Longtoes. Hey, that's okay. Your family and stuff like that comes first. If you're able to hang with us, cool. We'll miss you if you can't, but we'll try to always be here for you. And then, of course, let's not forget her father, Dick, named appropriately. That crying guy with the long name, I forget his name. I try, these people are not memorable to me at all. They seem like weak, whiny, jealous crybabies. And all of them have been losers. They've lost their races. They've lost other things and everything like that. And it's folks like them, actually, that make me think or make me believe that the Republican Party was infiltrated by these Democrats posing as Republicans. Just look at the so-called Republicans on that Cackling Hens talk show in the mornings. Nothing they ever say or do is in favor of their own party. And they don't hide it either. But they expect us to believe that they're on our side. No. And last but not least, we have John Kerry. He lost way back in 60s or 72, being a part of the Vietnam War. Then he went on to lose his first congressional election, even though he won the primary. At the time, they said it was the most costly campaign ever for Congress. It was like 1972 or something like that. Oh, okay, yeah, you have to remind me about Element. I don't go in there very often. I have so many, social media sites. I can't get to them all every day. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here all day. I can't do that either. My husband would leave me. So even as a veteran, he is looking or advising us to demolish our Constitution. Isn't that treason? Listen to this shithead.
There's a lot of discussion now about how you curb those entities in order to guarantee that you're going to have some accountability on facts, etc. But look, if people go to only one source and the source they go to is sick, and
you mean like CNN or MSNBC or one of the ones that always shills for you guys while scolding everyone else and telling them how racist they are, how messed up they are, how weird they are? Yeah, right.
Has an agenda, and they're putting out disinformation.
Yeah, my agenda is truth.
First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just, hammer it out of existence. So
no, and I want to keep it that way. You don't hammer things like this out of existence. First Amendment tells you, you come back and talk to us about it. Don't you dare try to hammer it out of existence, because that's not the way it works. But yeah, this is a veteran. This is a veteran talking like this. Oh yeah, let's just eliminate any freedom of speech. That way we can do whatever we want to you, but you can't complain about it, or you can't say no. Screw you. It's time for you to retire. What is he, 90? Oh, and to give you another idea, he was, I think, Secretary of State for Bush! So yeah, he can... Don't listen to him. Again, another loser that keeps being rolled out in front of our face all the time, telling us, you can't say what you want to do. We need to take your guns. We need to take away all of your rights. We need to be in charge of you. No! Get bent! Boy, I'm riled today. But this thing that's going, like I said, Katrina was bad enough, but this what's happening here is way worse. My question is, how long is it going to be before we start hearing Letitia James all the time? Because, she just lost her case, too. They said, basically, what was it? The court said one thing, and then when they went, what is it called when he wants to reject that or wants to go against it, gives another chance. What's it called? Oh, my head. Anyway, the courts have rejected Letitia James' fraud case. Basically, what he said, if I remember correctly, do I have it up here? Okay, no, I don't. And basically, what I heard the judge say was that, hey, man, Trump did regular business. Nobody complained about it. There was really no charges. Nobody was suing him over this. The bank was ready, and he said that basically, he gave him He gave the bank what he thought his property was worth and then told them to make their own assessment, which is normal. That's what everybody does. I don't care how big or small the house is. But Letitia James thinks that because he went bankrupt and then was able to make money again, that, it couldn't have been on the level. He had to have been stealing or something like that. So, So she just lost her fraud case against Trump. So again, get ready for her to be on the airwaves everywhere and start scolding everybody again, and everything like that. So again, I ask, why do they keep weeding out all of these losers to give us advice and tell us what to do and demand that we follow their lead? Screw them! I hope people's ears close when these people come on here, like Hillary and him and some of these other losers. I'm talking about MSNBC and all them too. They're losers too. Their viewership has gone from millions to 100,000, little over 100,000. Yeah, they're losers. They're losers. Stop listening to them. However, there is some good news. There's always some good news. Judge blocks California deepfakes law that sparked Musk Newsom row. I don't know what that means, but this is coming from Politico. Hallelujah. Chalk went up for the First Amendment. Sacramento, California, a federal judge on Wednesday blocked a California measure restricting the use of digitally altered political deepfakes just 2 weeks after Governor Gavin Newsom signed the bill into law. I actually don't think anybody was following that law anyway, but good for this judge. The ruling is a blow to a push by the state's leading Democrats to rein in misleading content on social media ahead of Election Day. Man, if you don't know what sarcasm is, it's actually hard to know the difference now. And I think maybe because that one deepfake fooled Gavin Newsom. Whenever you do this kind of shit always happens. They always do this kind of shit if somebody else embarrasses them. And I think that particular thing, the thing about Kamala Harris that Mr. Reagan made up, embarrassed him. I think he thought it was real until somebody, oops, no. I think he thought it was real. Then when he found out that they fooled him, he got pissed off and tried to pass a law. And they say it's a blow. Politico saying it's a blow to those people. Good. Good. First Amendment. I don't care what you guys say. And if I have anything to say about it, I want the First Amendment to block your way into hammering out the truth. No. It's not the truth because you say so. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people that say the only way to curb misinformation is more information. First Amendment, guys. Space Cowboy says, wow, it's more difficult to log on to Odysee than normal today. Hey, how you doing, Space Cowboy? Welcome to the show. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Odyssee's been wonky for the last couple of days. And it's weird, too, because I took away all the advertisements. You would think that would actually take up a lot of bandwidth and everything. But I don't know. Maybe, like I say, they keep working on it as long as I can get people to keep coming and see me there. Let's see. Limited access as well. Bad news for voting integrity. Election denier Tina Beck from Arizona Election Board, Maricopa County, was sentenced to 9 years in prison for trying to prove the machines were hacked. That doesn't sound right. Do you have a link for an article? That sounds weird. She went to prison for trying to prove the truth? Is that what you're saying? If that's the case, then no, I'm not surprised. You don't get in trouble for lying. All right, you guys. Time for some comedy real quick before I shoot you off to Rockies. David Attenborough lives forever. This was funny and true.
Here in the slums of Minnesota, we've stumbled across a rather strange scene. A secretive meeting of a rather peculiar group known as white dudes for Harris. It's tough to spot these elusive white dudes for Harrises in a crowd due to their extremely well camouflaged headgear. But once this creature's camouflage shield is removed, one can easily identify a white dude for Harris by their alpha male presence. It's a well-known fact that
come on.
White dudes for Harris operate at peak male performance, the very epitome of masculinity. I mean, just look at that purse. It screams peak male performance. Russia had better hope we never unleash white dudes for Harris on them. These fearsome creatures may be lurking in the shadows near your home, perfectly camouflaged, just waiting on the right opportunity to unleash their alpha male testosterone.
What are they, at a Jamba Juice? Yes, Dave Attenborough lives forever. I like AI. for some of the cloning things, some of the neat things. All right, and I don't know where this is out of, but this picture doesn't need 1,000 words. Walls is a threat to your son's balls. Same as the fact that he wants to put tampons in men's bathrooms. Yeah. Balls to the walls. All right, here are the Good Enough Construction brothers. They usually do signs or messed up construction, but this time they managed to find pictures of trees, strangely growing trees, or are they?
Boots with the fur. Oh, girl! It's come to my attention that that female owns a bakery based on that cake. Oh, think you got me looking. Nobody move. Nobody move. Y'all should, keep your eyes to yourself, duh. I feel like a Spanish, like a Puerto Rican in this hair. Boo. Just kidding. Dale! Dale! That's pretty funny. Well, at least all of y'all could see her with your 2 eyes. Well, don't you make me come over there. I got my eye on you. What is that smell? Smells like a robbery to me. Everybody put your hands in the air. You're not a scary robber, so you're gonna be the one. I often ponder who my friends are. It's me!
That's pretty cute. Those guys are pretty funny. It's a what a Good Enough Construction Company. That's where they come from. Okay. I hope you can see this. This is it was funny when it happened, but it's even funnier with these people's faces on it. I don't know when this came out, and I couldn't find a better version of it, but if you can see it, you're gonna laugh your ass off.
Wearing number 1 for the Los Angeles traffic today is 9-year-old Tommy Douglas. Tommy has lived most of his life in the hospital after being born with a potato for a heart and will undergo a heart transplant surgery next weekend. He's about as big of a traffic fan as they come, so in partnership with the HWIH Foundation, both teams have agreed to come together and have Tommy run the first play of the game. And you got the handoff, and there he goes. A little cutback move, and it looks like he's going to go all the way. Look at him go. Wow. This is really one of those heartwarming moments in sports where you just... Oh! Oh, my God! That is not good. Wearing number 1 for the Los Angeles traffic today is not...
That's funny. I think that might have came after Trump won the first time. Laura, it was all over the news. Here's a short. Okay. All right. Here's a great way to fight the rape culture. And it's kind of stylish, too. Check it out. Come on. Play! Alright, let's try it again. Wonder what would have happened if he slapped her. Alright. Let's see. Something from C3P memes. This is AI. Don't get all messed up. But never trust Kamala.
Can we trust you? Listen here, I'm going to shake my head yes. But I would trust me as much as I trust a fart after eating gas station sushi.
Madam Vice President, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't forget, Kamala is quite the loser also. Yet we have to deal with her word salad sandwiches and syllable soup. Alright, and I found a guy that's underrated, a meme lord that's underrated. His name is Polito Rican. And I like some of the memes that I follow him on X. That's hilarious. Alright, you guys. You know that I don't ever end a show without a little bit of Marmari, and this is something we need to remember no matter what happens. Okay? Because it's true.
There is nothing in this life, in this world, worth losing my soul for. Nothing. No friends, no pleasures, no treasures, no fame, no prestigious life, no Hollywood, no celebrities, nothing. Nothing is worth losing your soul over. Because one day
he has his
I
eye
was
back.
born in this world, and one day I will definitely leave this world. And St. Paul says it so beautifully. It is known that I was born from my earthly mother with an empty hand, and it is also known that I will go back to my mother nature with an empty hand. I came out of my mother's womb empty-handed, and I will go to my mother nature's womb, the grave, also empty-handed. This is a fact. This is the reality of this realm. Nobody came with materialistic things with them, and nobody leaves this world with materialistic things. We came empty, we leave empty. The only thing we will take with us is our deeds, whether good or bad. That's it.
Yep. So it'd be a good idea to help out if you can. Don't forget that the disaster area, but the government's making it even worse for these folks. And this is America. We're the richest country on the planet. This should not be happening. But there are good Samaritans. Like I said, look for the helpers and be the helpers. Welcome, Johnny. You're a little bit late. We're about to close out this show, but welcome to the show. I wanted to acknowledge you. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. You guys know what I keep up with, though. All right, that's about it for me for right now. Don't forget to support the channel. All of my links are below. Click on some of them, and don't forget the P.O. box. Also, go click around the pureblood.tv interactive stream guide. Check out all the folks over there and support them, because from what I can tell, it's definitely a gathering of truth tellers, if nothing else. Be sure to head on over to the Drunken Rocky show next on Odysee and Rumble. It looks like it might already be in progress. And I know that you guys could be spending this evening with millions and millions of other streamers, but I'm honored and I appreciate each and every one of you that you decided to hang out with little old me. I appreciate that. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for being here. You do have a purpose. So never forget that either. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments. Sorry I didn't get to the phone calls, but I wanted to highlight what was going on, what was really going on. And I'm sure there's more than what we're getting even on X. And I'll keep that up to date. We'll see what's going on. We'll see what's keeping on with that. Anyway, thanks for the shares, the up toots, the down toots, all the support. And you know we love our lurkers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. God bless you, and God bless America. I wish you peace, love, health, and music always. And until next time, AMF!